10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to Sarno!
Hello and welcome back to the Circuito Internazionale Napoli here in sunny Sarno, southern Italy, and the 20th running of the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. My name's Henry Baudet.
And I'm Jem Wade, and it's race day again.
It is the second day of racing. Each one of the 370 drivers competing here have their second and third qualifying heat races today. It's the most intense day of on-track action here at the Grand Finals.
Yes, and of course yesterday we had a fantastic day, qualifying and the first heat. A little bit of action out there, but it's a really fast circuit. However, everyone loves racing here in Sarno.
But as always, there's an awful lot more going on than just the racing out on track. Jen, tell us a little bit about what people here at the events can find out and what they can do.
Well, this morning the Gazette's come out, so if you haven't picked up your copy yet, the program with lots of good stuff in it, all about the drivers, the program, and of course some special interviews, and from our chassis partners as well, some information. So please pick up one of these. We've got lots more coming, a few surprises, including our studio, which is where we're standing right now.
Because the action doesn't stop on the track. Our live stream continues at 6:30 p.m. local time in the live studio with Jen, some very special guests. But please remember, on Facebook and social media, keep voting for the teams contest. It's really important. Your nation needs you.
Yes, of course. And you have to vote because whoever is going to win that trophy, which is very special to all the teams. They were dressing up at the welcome party, putting in their best effort. And of course, in the paddock, this is also part of the point scoring. So it depends on how they've got everything set up, wearing their race suit, the whole lot. Keep voting.
Keep voting, and more importantly, keep watching. Don't go away. Well, good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, good evening. Hello and welcome wherever you are in the world watching the live stream here at the 20th anniversary Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. My name's Henry Baudet, and today, as we've just heard, is the day where each one of the 370 drivers that have qualified go into their last two heat races. By the end of the day today, everybody will know where they are starting the all-important pre-finals from tomorrow. There is the view from the outside of Turn 1, looking at this fantastic venue, the Circuito Internazionale Napoli, with Mount Vesuvius in the background. In the foreground of the picture, the big white driver's tent. 360 drivers are in that tent, and then just to the right of that, you have the DEKM electric drivers as well. And what a beautiful day, sun-drenched once again here, just south of the city of Naples, and a stone's throw away from the famous buried city of Pompeii. And I know a lot of the drivers and their families have taken the opportunity to go and visit that, because this is more than just a race. This is a week, for some drivers it's 10 days, immersing themselves in the grand final experience, both on track and off track. There is the view of the mountain range behind us. The foreground, you can see the blue seated grandstand where a lot of the drivers, the families, watch from. Just to the right of that, you have the raised VIP area, the Rotax Club. And you can see in the driver's tent there a lot of activity going about as the drivers prepare their karts for today's racing. So what do we have for you today? Well, we have 2 heats in Micromax, 2 heats in Minimax. We have 4 heats in Junior, Senior, DD2 and DD2 Masters. Each driver competes in 2 heats. There is the Rotax Club on your screen now, the various distributors, special guests, and there are many special guests here this week. They can watch that fed and watered throughout the course of the day, and they've got a bird's eye view of the 12th and final corner on this 1,547 metre circuit. Just below the Rotax Club, that is the Rotax servicing area. That is where the staff, the technical team from Rotax, are working on any karts, any issues that the drivers might have with chassis or engines. Our chassis partners at Praga, Birrell, Sodi and CompKart are all here on hand. They've got big tents themselves, a team of staff there working to make sure that the drivers, any problems that they suffer, any incidents that happen on circuit, they can get their vehicles fixed and corrected. So a beautiful day, Mount Vesuvius overlooking the circuit. It's very hot. It's been all week, so it's keeping the drivers hydrated. Some of the younger drivers in Micromax and Minimax, it's a 7-lap race. The driver's saying in the kart it's okay. It's when you are waiting to get in the kart, when you're in the holding area behind those buildings you're looking at there on the right-hand side of your screen. You've got more grandstands. The 2-story building you're looking at there, that's the press room. And if I would say the press room, we have over 100 members of the international media here for various print and print magazines, online magazines, and so on and so forth. The race control unit is just over the start line. There is another one of the grandstands. And just behind that grandstand, that's where the commentary box and the TV studio is. To the right of the grandstand, that is where our live studio is. Jen Wade will be hosting that at 6:30 local time. But yeah, I am nestled behind there. Behind the dark screen window. You can just see me. Hello, there we go, a little quick wave. Today we're going to be joined once again in the commentary box by Alex Goldschmidt, by Filippo Laghi, and by Scott Campbell to help you guide you through some of the races. But at the moment, down on the covered dummy grid area, 36 drivers in Micromax are waiting for their second heat race of the week. Now, yesterday, we had a win for Macaulay Bishop from Team UK, and there is a look at some of the drivers settling down on the dummy grid. There's number 13, that's Jackson Burns, who finished 9th in yesterday's race. Number 2, Christian Costoya from Spain. One of the smallest drivers here. You can see just how tiny the pedal extensions on that number 2 kart. Christian is one of the shortest drivers here. He's just 9 years old, representing Spain. And of course, the karts come onto this dummy grid on their trolleys. The mechanics, just one mechanic per kart, puts the kart down, and then the mechanic will have a few moments to speak to the driver. The trolleys move back to the holding area where the drivers come in at the end of each race. The mechanics, a lot of in Micromax and Minimax, it's the dads. Other drivers do have mechanics themselves. There on the left-hand side of the screen, number 19, that's Anton Laaksonen from Finland, and his dad Jussi Laaksonen has been an entrant here many times in the past. Now he's running his own son, and he says it's 100 times more stressful running his own son than running other people's children. There's the number 31 kart on the right-hand side. That's Vincenzi Garcia. From Santiago, 9 years old, the Chilean champion. Number 8, just going past there on your screens, that is Diego Polanco. Now, Diego was one of several drivers in yesterday's heat race to get a nose cone penalty. For those of you that are new to karting, obviously karting is a non-contact sport, and behind the nose cones you have the NASA panels with the race numbers on them, and then you have the nose cones at the bottom. Behind there is a bracket, and the bracket is designed to drop. Not break, so the nose cone falls off, but if that nose cone comes in contact with another kart, it bumps another driver at force, the bracket is designed to drop. When you come in, if your nose cone has dropped, that is a 5-second time penalty. And we had, let me count them, 2, 4, 6, 7 or 8 nose cone penalties in yesterday's heat race. There on your screen is number 5, second kart in on the left. That is New Zealand's Jay Irwin. And his dad, Nick, raced as a driver in the grand final several times. So looking at there, number 25 is Dovyas Gudlevicius from Lithuania. And there's number 3 kart of Andrei Shkatov from Russia. There are 33 different nations represented. So if you're watching from any of the following countries, Italy, Spain, Russia, the United States, New Zealand, Portugal, Japan, Mexico, Greece, Belgium, Brazil, Austria, Argentina, Australia, India, Germany, Finland, the United Kingdom, Denmark, there's Hungary, Austria, Slovenia, Lithuania, the United Arab Emirates, Poland, South Africa, the Netherlands, Lebanon, Chile, Switzerland, Slovakia, Colombia, Bahrain, or Malaysia. Well, you've got drivers in this next race. There's Griffin Peebles coming across your screen. Drivers putting the neck braces on. So you see safety curtain-wise, you've obviously got your crash helmet. And then all these young drivers have their neck braces, their head and neck safety device. These Micromax karts from Praga can do well in excess of 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. The drivers in this class, 8, 9, and 10, and 11 years old. There's number 4. Adam Brickley, Adam finished 4th in yesterday's heat race in kart number 4. There's yesterday's race winner, Macaulay Bishop in kart number 20. And they're lining up in grid order from qualifying. Thiago Falavene from Argentina. Well, Thiago, he started from pole position yesterday, finished down in 25th, so it wasn't a great result. There's Ben Mayer. Briefly on your screen, the number 6 kart, Salvador Trinidade. He had a nose cone penalty which dropped him to 16th. There's the number 13 kart. That's Jackson Burns from Australia, 9 years old, from Ormo, sorry. His twin brother finished 2nd in the Australian Championship. Only one ticket available, so Jackson qualifies and his twin brother just missed out. So 36 Micromax drivers rather being set to go out. Yeah, yesterday's top 5 for those that are keeping score at home: Macaulay Bishop, Jay Irwin, Timothy Mikhailov in kart 36 from Malaysia, Adam Brickley from the United States, and then Ayrton Perez in kart number 14. He finished in 5th position from Argentina. The rest of the top 10: Griffin Peebles. Griffin, an international driver in his own right. He's representing Italy here, but he's been entered by Aiko Japan. He got his ticket from the Japanese Championship, but he's also got, not sure if it's his mum or his dad who's Australian, but he's representing all 3 countries, but racing under an Italian license, so representing Italy. There is Christian Costoya on your screen. Christian, again, one of 2 drivers in this field who raced in this event last year. So there are 34 newcomers and 2 drivers with a bit of experience. There's Christian giving us a little beady eye out the corner of his eye. These youngsters, and you see what I mean, the pedals on Christian's kart have been brought forward because, to coin a phrase that we use in the UK, he's 2 foot and a fag end. And all these youngsters very short, but he is one of the most wee. There is the number 26 kart of Adam Al-Hazari, representing the Al Ain Raceway. And number 35, well, Luca Horton from Bahrain. Now, he's got Rashid Momari mechanicking for him. Rashid was a driver in the Rotax Challenge last year. Didn't qualify this year. He's still racing, though. But Rashid Al-Momari, an experienced mechanic, and he's been helping Luca. Luca Horton finished 12th in yesterday's heat. There's the number 29 kart, Tommy van der Struijs from the Netherlands, 10th yesterday. And number 14, that intimidating plain black crash helmet, Ayrton Perez, top 5 finish yesterday. Number 23, that is Marcus Neugebauer, the Speed World Academy entry, 23rd in yesterday's racing kart number 23. And I think he's going to start 23rd. No, he's going to start a little bit further up this in this one. But 23rd place for kart 23 yesterday. You can see all the drivers racing in their national colours. There's no teams here, the only nations. So whatever the entrant, so say young Mr. Neubauer, he races for Speed World Academy in the rest of his regular season, but here he races for Austria. There is the number 18 driver. That is Raphael Baltzar from Germany. And you can see the German flag on his race suit. His mechanic there just casting a watchful eye over his nose. And Raphael with that, again, excellent liveried crash helmet, the spider's web on the visor strip. Number 15, another Austrian driver. That's Nando Wixelbaumer. Looking back down the grid on the one side, number 31. That'll be Vincenzi Garcia, 9 years old, Chilean champion from Santiago. Mexico's number 8, Diego Polanco from Guadalajara, 11 years old. And then you have the number 34 kart, just focusing. So number 34, Camila Nieto. I think Camila is one of only 2 drivers who are just 8 years old, the youngest 2 drivers. Camila in kart 34, and also we have Antanasios Zachos in kart 10 from Greece. He is 10 years old. There is the double Indian champ, a 4-time Indian champion in Micromax, Ishan Madesh from Bangalore, and Emil Yul Christensen at the back of the field, The race due to start at 10:51 local time. 7-lap race. Now in the foreground of your screen with the dark glasses and the headset on, that is our race director, Ramiro Brito. He, a Portuguese race director. He has been given the task of race directing this entire event. He effectively controls what happens out on circuit. We saw him yesterday having words with some of the senior drivers about the start line procedure, and Ramiro casts his watchful eye over all the activities on track. So 125 Micromax, supported by Praga, a 7-lap heat race, their second heat race out of 3. For those of you that are new to the grand finals, each competitor competes in 3 heat races. They score points based on where they finish in each heat race. Those points added together to decide the grid for the pre-final. The pre-final takes place tomorrow. Now, in Micromax and Minimax, all 36 entries qualify for the grand final on Saturday. The result of the pre-final decides where you qualify for the grand final itself. In Junior, Senior, DD2 Masters and DD2, if you don't make it, well, only the top 18 finishers, I believe, or the top 36 points scorers at the end of the pre-final, because there are points available in the pre-final as well. If you're not in the top 36 in terms of the points you have scored from the heats or the pre-finals, your grand finals are over and you don't make Saturday's main event. It's a harsh reality. All of these drivers have earned their ticket through winning their national series or their domestic series or their various regional, international, one-off competitions throughout the year. The tickets, well, it's like Charlie and his Chocolate Factory. Very highly sought after, and you can't buy your way in. You have to earn your place on this field. Praga supply 36 brand new chassis for the Micromax class. Rotax, of course, provide the 125 Evo Max engine for every single driver. And there we watch Lewis Hamilton style crash helmet, but in the Danish colours for Emil Christiansen. Emil starting 36th and last, finished 30th yesterday, so he made a little bit of progress. And this is the moment that the drivers, as a former driver myself, although might I add, nowhere near this level, the butterflies are going. So here's the full grid. Row number 1, pole position, Thiago Falavene from Argentina and Ben Mayer from the United States. Row 2, Jay Irwin from New Zealand and Salvador Trinidade from Portugal. Row number 3, Enzo Nienkotter from Brazil and Jackson Burns from Australia. Row number 4, Macaulay Bishop from the UK and Christian Costoya from Spain. Row 5, Adam Brickley from the United States and Adam Al-Hazari from the United Arab Emirates. Row 6, Timothy Mikhailov from Malaysia and Luca Horton from Bahrain. Row 7, Len Nice from Belgium and Tommy van der Stroys from the Netherlands. Daniel Krauser from Hungary and Ayrton Perez from Argentina are on row number 8. Row 9, Griffin Peebles representing Italy and Marcus Neugebauer from Austria. Row 10, Anton Laxonen from Finland and Julius Osapikia from Poland. Row number 11, Andrei Shkatov from Russia and Rafael Baltzer from Germany. Row 12, Dovias Kudravicius from Lithuania and Nando Wixelbaumer from Austria. Row number 13, Raul Martinez from Switzerland and Vicente Garcia from Chile. Row 14, Yuto Nakai from Japan and Diego Palanco representing Mexico. Row 15, Reese Corson from South Africa and Camila Nieto from Colombia. Row 16 is Matej Konik and Nick Trobek. Matej representing Slovenia, Konik from Slovakia. Ryan Nyemnye from Lebanon and Ishan Madesh from India start from row 17, and Athanasos Zachos from Greece and Emil Yul Christiansen from Denmark round out the 36 kart field. Apologies there if I got the couple of nationalities wrong. It is Matej Konik from Slovakia and Nick Trobek from Slovenia. Now the mechanics have been asked to move to the back. You can see the very back of your screen. There's a small internal grandstand with a live timing screen on it where some of the mechanics stand. Further back you can see more standing against there. Their job as mechanics, parents, is over. It is now down to the drivers. 30-second board goes out. Engines are fired. 1 rolling lap, we hope. 7 race laps. Day 2 of racing here at the 2019 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals is about to begin. And the green flag at the exit of the demi-grid waves. And right on schedule, 36 Micromax drivers make their way on to the circuit. 12 corners, 1,547 meters. One of the longest straights in European karting you're looking at now. This is the run down towards turn number 2. I know that straight has a pronounced kink in it, but it is full chat. There's turn number 2. You know, head back towards the commentary position for a very fast left-hander at turn 3. Hard on the brakes now for setting up for turn 4. Double apex, right-hander through turn number 4. Carts go into 180-degree left at turn number 5, and then you can see them moving out through turn 6, fast left-hander corner you're looking at there. Hard on the brakes then for turn 7, right in the foreground. Now you're on the back straight, as it were, with the driver's tent and grandstand to the right of your screen, then braking hard for the right left at turn number 8. Hard right, then it flicks out left. Nervous family, spectators, other drivers, all watching on in the grandstand, cheering their countrymen and countrywomen. They come through turn number 9. Now we're down towards turn 10. Now turn 10 is a hard left-hander, early apex, but then it keeps turning left until it flicks you out here on your screen at turn number 11. A fast right-handed flick. There's a very short blast into turn number 12, and yesterday the race was decided at turn 12, the last corner of the last lap. So once again, as the train passes on the background, drivers in the tram lines, and we are racing here at Sarno through turn number 1. Thiago Falavegne in kart 16, Ben Mayer in kart number 9. Mayer under pressure. Falavegne's made a good start, but now the slipstream effect comes in. Falavegne on the inside, Mayer on the outside. There's the number 5 kart, J. Irwin making good progress into turn number 2. All the leaders around cleanly, 1 or 2 drivers at the back of the pack running very wide, but it's Falavegne and Irwin, the top 2 coming through turn number 4. Hard on the brakes now for turn number 5. The poleman gets away well. Oh, and a problem there at turn 5 in the middle of the pack. Oh, and somebody's gone over. One driver flipping over, another car. 4 drivers, and we had 1 kart going over, driver under the kart. And the safety teams are there very quickly. And we look out on the circuit, we can see the driver is up. And that's good news. So I didn't see the driver is up, shrugging his shoulders. Now, you can see at the left-hand side, there we go. So the driver is up and out of the car. I haven't got a number check on him yet, but for the family and friends watching back home, he is okay. Now, around, now we have yellow flags. Yellow flags waving, that is waved yellow, so this will be the equivalent of a safety car period. Thiago Falavegne, J. Irwin, Christian Castoya, the top 3. So we have safety car period. There's no safety car, but effectively Thiago Falavegne acts as the safety car. And well, Ayrton Perez was involved in that incident. He's dropped right back. We'll get a number check next time around. It was Tommy van der Stroys and Daniel Krauser. So Krauser in the kart 22 with the driver that flipped. Van der Stroys also involved in that incident. But I have to say that it's Van der Stroys, I think, who is with the orange and white race suit, who is the kart that rolled over. He is absolutely fine. His kart maybe not so much, but he is absolutely fine. And he is walking around with the marshal and the medical team there. You've got past there. There's the remnants of kart number 22, Daniel Krauser, as well. So Krauser was involved in that incident. But the order is Falavenye in kart 16. Then it is the number 5 kart of Irwin. The number 2 of Christian Costoya is 3rd. Then it's Enzo Nienkotter in kart number 12, who's 4th. Salvador Trinidade is 5th. Macaulay Bishop is 6th. Then it's Jackson Burns 7th. Adam Brickley in 8th. Ben Mayer is 9th. Then Griffin Peebles rounding out the top 10 ahead of Len Nice, Raphael Baltzer, Yuto Nakai, Luca Horton, and Anton Laxonen rounds out the top 15. Timothy Mikhailov, he has lost a lot of ground. He was involved in that incident as well with Krauser and Van der Struijs. And I may have, well, we'll see who has come around, because 1 or 2 drivers there. Well, that's good news for Mikhailov in a way. He's been able to catch the back of the pack. He was definitely lost. We've definitely lost number 22 kart, Krauser. It may have been Krauser that rolled his kart, not the Dutch driver, Van der Struijs. So, but whatever, the driver is okay. I'm looking down at the karts, who will be, I would assume, taking the restart very shortly. Green flag in the air. Falavenye starts lap number 3, and already the drivers trying to defend, breaking loose. Coming through turn number 1, Falavenye leads. The number 5 kart of Irwin, hot on his heels. They're 3 wide between the number 9 kart getting involved as Ben Mayer. Down the back straight we go. Falavenye with Jostoya to his inside. Then the number 12 kart, Enzo Nienkotter, making good progress up into 3rd place. So Jay Irwin slips back to 4th, and I think that's now Macaulay Bishop up into the top 5, yesterday's winner. So the top 2 in yesterday's race running 4th and 5th at the moment. Trinidade in the Portuguese red and green race suit, also in the top 6 there as they come out of turn number 5, up towards turn 6 and turn 7. Move for the lead. Costoya takes the lead. The young Spaniard takes over P1 at turn number 7, and Diego Falavenye there shoved a little bit wide. He's going to lose 2 or 3 more places. Here comes Jay Irwin back up the inside as well. So Irwin takes over P2 past green flag waving there at turn number 9. Krauser is okay. He's the only driver out of the race. Oh, more battling going on between Trinidade and I think that may have been Jackson Burns side by side. They get round turn 10 cleanly. But coming out across the start-finish line, it is Costoya from Irwin, Nienkotter, Falavenye in 4th, Burns 5th, Bishop 6th. Then it's Peebles in 7th. And you can see now, side by side, for 2nd place, Costoya has the lead. Here comes number 12 of Enzo Nienkotter now. Nienkotter takes a wide line into turn number 2. He's going to try and cut underneath Costoya coming out of the 2nd corner, but he's on the wrong side of the track for that. Will he make a move going into turn number 4? No. Costoya covers his line well. Irwin in 3rd place. Then it is, oh, that's Irwin in 4th. Falavenye was briefly up in the 3rd. Now Irwin makes his move. Moves into P number 3, through turn number 5. Now, back on our screens, into turn 6, Costoya leads, checks over his shoulder, just to make sure that no one's looking up his inside. It's Costoya in kart number 2, Nienkotter, the Brazilian driver. Leandro Nienkotter races in DD2 Masters. This is his son, Enzo. There's the number 1 kart. There is Griffin Peebles having a little look. The 4th place at the inside of Thiago Falavenye. Falavenye not really able to keep pace with the karts in front of him at the moment. Costoya has a 5 kart length lead over Irwin, over Nienkotter and Irwin. Then a gap back to new 4th place driver Griffin Peebles. Bishop is now 5th. 6th is Trinidade from Portugal. The top 3 have broken away, but in 4th and 5th. Now look at Peebles and Bishop running nose to tail. Move for the lead. Nienkotter takes the lead away from Costoya. There goes Irwin into 2nd, but that 2nd group side by side now for 2nd as Costoya fights back. But 4th and 5th, Peebles and Bishop have caught the leaders, and I think that's Trinidad in 6th place has gone with them. Good teamwork there, even though they're not on the same team. They're working together, these drivers, to catch the leaders on that long slipstream straight. But it's now Nienkotter leading, Costoya 2nd, Peebles 3rd, Bishop in 4th. Then it's Trinidade in 5th position, and Jay Irwin just dropping back to the tail end of that lead group in the black Kiwi race suit from Team New Zealand. Oh, and somebody runs very wide coming out of turn number 8 there. That is one driver. He bounces back onto the track and knocked the wind out of himself there. He's slow on the track. You could see him there going through. He's very sensibly slowed down to let the drivers pass, so he doesn't gain advantage. Now we start lap number 6 out of 7. Change for the lead. into turn number 1. There goes Christian Costoya and Griffin Peebles. Costoya in the 2 card, Peebles in the 1. Looks like Macaulay Bishop now to the inside of Ninkota for 3rd place in the number 20 card, going into turn number 2. He gets P3. Trinidade follows him through, so Ninkota drops from 1st to 5th. We've now got a 7-cart lead battle because Thiago Falavenye, the Argentine driver in cart number 16, has caught them. And in fact, Falavenye looking for a way past Jay Irwin, who's now in 5th. So all change. Up at the front, it is Griffin Peebles, cart 1, followed by Christian Costoya in cart 2, then Macaulay Bishop in cart 20. Salvatore Trinidade, the Portuguese driver in cart number 6, is in 4th place, followed by Irwin, the New Zealander, in cart 5. Then it's Falavenye, and behind Falavenye, in 7th place, it looks like it is Enzo Ninkota. Ninkota led at the start of this lap, now finds himself down in 7th position. There's a little bit of a gap back to the 8th place scrap, and that is Rafael Baltza, Yuto Nakai, Len Nice, Jackson Burns and Adam Brickley, with Ishan Madesh from India up 21 places to 13th. Last lap begins. Peebles defends from Costoya. They've got 10 cart lengths. Here comes on the outside Bishop being pushed along by the number 6 of Trinidade, and Bishop and Trinidade catch the leaders in turn number 2. It's now neck and neck, the top 4-5 drivers. And a little bit wide there from Griffin Peebles. He runs wide through turn number 5. Bishop up the inside. Oh, Bishop up the inside. Contact is made and he runs wide. That was a bit of a mistake there. He dived up the inside, and now they're going to come into turn number 6. There's 3 wide. It is Trinidade who leads. Falavenye is 2nd. Irwin 3rd. Bishop is 4th. Costoya is back to 5th. And it's Trinidade. Oh, and a little bit more contact now. They're bunching up there, half a lap to go. It is Trinidade, Falavenye, 1st and 2nd. Irwin is 3rd. 4th is Bishop. Into turn number 10. Salvatore Trinidade has got 1 corner to go. Checkered flag in the air. Trinidade takes the victory from Falavenye and Irwin, 2nd and 3rd. Bishop finishes 4th. Costoya takes 5th. Ninkota is 6th. Rafael Baltzar comes home in 7th, so Griffin Peebles, well, Peebles made a mistake at turn number 4, ran wide, that made it susceptible. Bishop shoved his nose at the inside. Here's the move. See, Griffin Peebles had gone wide in the previous corner. Bishop trying to make it 2 position 1 over the curb. That was ambitious, to say the least. He pushes Peebles wide. Here comes Costoya briefly through to take the lead. You can see that the door was closing. Bishop was committed over the curb now. You can see Costoya there, hard on the brakes. He dives and cuts under the inside, so Christian Costoya briefly took the lead. Now, Salvador Trinidade then got a great one up the inside for what was eventually the winning move. And so Portugal, Salvador Trinidade takes the race win in Micromax, and just looking down, 3 seconds covered the top 12 drivers at the end of 7 laps. The provisional result: Trinidade, Falavenye, Irwin, Bishop, Costoya. A full rundown of the results as they come into the holding area, and this is always interesting to see the drivers' initial reactions at the end of that race. And there's Griffin Peebles, cart number 1, that white race suit, a Japanese race suit. Corey Bishop on the right hand side of the screen. Team UK, blue, red and white race suit. Now the officials there, they're taking photographs of the nose cones of each cart to see who has got nose cone penalties, which ones, the brackets on which carts have dropped, and they've got to go through every single cart. There's Ishan Madesh in the oh no, that I think that might be Enzo Ninkota in the white, blue and yellow race suit. He's coming out. Oh, was that the driver number 17? That was Ishan Madesh, the Team India race suit. He'll be pleased with that. And there's Enzo Ninkota in the foreground. Very, very striking. Oh, look at Ishan Madesh. He's just seen, yes, he's done well. He finished in the top 15 there, and he's pleased with that. A couple more drivers coming out. Still, now tell their dad's mechanics this is what happens. But fascinating insight into the holding area. There's Rafael Baltzar going across the screen there. So the provisional Micromax race results. Salvador Trinidade from Portugal takes the win by less than 0.2 of a second from Tiago Falavenye, with Jay Irwin in third, Macaulay Bishop fourth, Christian Costoya in fifth, Enzo Minkot to take sixth, Rafael Baltzar seventh, then Griffin Peebles, Jackson Burns and Len Nice rounding out the top 10. Yuto Nakai is 11th, followed by Adam Brickley, Julius Osapia from Poland in 13th, then it is Ben Meyer, Vincenze Garcia, Isha Madesh in 16th, followed by Ayrton Perez and Andrei Shatov in 18th place. Dovydas Gudlevicius from Lithuania is 19th, and Anton Laksonen rounds out the top 20. There are the remaining finishers. 35 carts finished. Camila Nieto finishing in 35th position. Daniel Kraus is okay after that frightening roll. Hopefully he will be back out a little bit later on. So as you look at the results on screen from Micromax, the next race up will be Minimax. And once again, it's a great pleasure to join in the commentary booth with Alex Goldschmidt. Alex, the BNL and Rotax Euro Trophy commentator. Alex, looking down at a fine grid of 36 Minimax carts.